Well, good morning to you and happy Friday. Welcome to Extra Shot. Jalea and Lindsay joining you on this Friday morning. Happy to say Friday. Kind of got the weekend crew here on a Friday. So it's one of those Fridays we can actually be excited because there kind of is no weekend show tomorrow.
Right. We should talk about that.
Yeah, exactly. To let people know so if you're planning to watch Wake Up With Us on Weekend Sunrise, it is going to be a different schedule this weekend, right?
That's right, because we have the Open and, of course, the British Open. So it's about a 6-hour time difference.
Yeah.
So that is going to be on our NBC programming, preempting our weekend morning
pretty much all weekend. So we get to sleep in a little bit. That's the good news there. Yeah.
A little excited
and this is good weather to sleep in too because we're gonna have some rain coming today, tomorrow, a little bit of Sunday too.
Not great today, but I do see many more dry hours Saturday and Sunday as compared to today. In fact, today I want you to be weather aware because we do have that potential of some stronger storms picking up around noon and really lasting through about midnight tonight. We could see some embedded strong to severe storms with damaging wind gusts as the primary threat. We had several reports yesterday evening of some downed trees. Potentially we could see some isolated power outages because of that wind threat today. Also, many spots have already seen 1 to 2 inches of rainfall from last night and overnight, and an additional 1 to 2 inches possible today could lead to that localized flash flooding threat. Real quick, we're going to walk you through our future track as we go through noon today. Notice this next round of heavier rain moves in, and then those thunderstorms set up for the afternoon. You'll notice we might get a few breaks from that heavy rainfall, but it's going to be pretty consistent for most of the day. This will take us on through about 10 o'clock tonight, and then we'll eventually taper around midnight with some slightly drier weather moving back in so we can finally dry things up a bit for the weekend. So plans tonight. Make a plan B, reschedule it. I don't think it looks good, and mainly because there is still a lightning threat. So we don't want folks trying to get outside and dodge these storms and then potentially put themselves at risk.
Yeah, I tried to dodge some storms yesterday. You told us all day. You said that for the most part we were going to have a pretty clear day, like we weren't going to have a lot of rain.
In the morning,
the morning, the afternoon, and so I decided around like 5:30 to go for a bike ride, and I knew like I had to, get home by a certain time. But I kept going a little bit too far, and I got caught like in the torrential downpour a little bit. Yeah, but it was my own fault because I had full warning, so I knew better. Got a couple people telling us good morning. Good morning to Sherry, Charlie, Brenda, Brian, and John. So John says good morning, make the best of it. I think that's a good mood, a good Friday mood. So we're going to talk about Joey Chestnut for a little bit. So a lot of you know him from just eating large amounts of large amounts of hot dogs. He's now actually a resident of Indiana, so he moved to Westfield a little while ago. He's 14-time Nathan's Hot Dog Eating Contest champion. So he's won 6 in a row. Just 2 weeks ago was that most recent competition. But that's obviously not a hot dog that he's eating there. He met up with our John Duran, and Chestnut says that a lot of little things brought him to the Hoosier State in April, and he's loving the new community so far.
Everybody's so nice. It's like Hoosier hospitality. It's a real thing, and it's just and then people who do recognize me, they love food and they love to talk about 4th of July. Those are things that I love.
1, 2. It's been training that's actually taken up much of his time since he's moved here. He says he does 1 practice contest a week. He does that every week for 2 months leading up to the competition. I can't imagine that. But his next contest, by the way, coming up in August, he'll be in Dayton. He's not going to be eating hot dogs. He's going to be eating ice cream, which is interesting there. I wonder how they measure it, like by the scoop, by the gallon. Like,
I don't know. I mean, I would assume perhaps like a gallon.
Yeah.
And then like how much
or they probably like weigh it from the beginning to the end and like see how long. Like, I don't know, but I have sensitive teeth. The brain freeze alone has me like, oh my goodness. So yeah, that's just interesting that you have to train for that too. Like, I don't know, does he have to get his stomach in gear? We got a couple more people saying good morning to us. So Brian, I think I said that already. Emily, maybe not good morning. Maybe she meant to tell us good morning. Glenn and Cindy, and Joey Chestnut is in his hometown. Yeah, okay, cool. City of Indy. Yeah, so that's pretty cool.
I'll tell you what, he is just very well known. He's very,
You've met him, right?
Friend of the show. Oh yeah, he's been on many times. Just mostly when he comes to do that St. Elmo strip eating contest, which is a nightmare to watch because you just know how much it's burning.
Like I haven't been to St. Elmo's yet. Actually, I went to Harry and Izzy's. And they also do the shrimp cocktail because they're very similar. So I went when what is it Devour? So when they have like the deal, so I checked out a couple of restaurants there, and I tried and I like horseradish. I like a little bit of a kick. I can't do a lot of spice, but that opened my sinuses right on up. I could not do so. I can't imagine like doing a whole lot of the shrimp cocktail, but
and the St. Elmo's. The secret recipe, it's like on a whole new level of what a normal cocktail sauce is.
Oh my goodness.
Let's keep it on the food theme because let's talk about, chicken of the sea.
Yes.
Tuna. Tuna. And a recent, controversy
is it actually
with Subway.
Tuna? Yeah.
Saying it wasn't actually tuna. Well, Subway's trying to reel in some support for its tuna with a new website. It's called SubwayTunaFacts.com, and there you're going to be able to find out where that sandwich chain sources its fish, how it's processed, and this is in a response to a lawsuit claiming its tuna isn't real. The New York Times also reported that the lab tests show Subway's tuna doesn't contain much fish.
Oh.
I've never actually had Subway's tuna.
Me neither. No.
I think I've had Jimmy John's once. I mean, that's just good, but obviously you can't compare the two.
But I won't say that I'm throwing my support behind Subway. I don't really have a dog in the fight here. But I will say, like, a lot of people like that go to Subway, like I have a lot of friends that are like, oh, well, I used to eat the tuna. And I'm like, well, they had you fooled for this long.
I mean, if you like,
you know
what you like.
You've got to charge it to the game, maybe. I don't know, but it is odd that like so many different reports are like, oh, there's no fish in it. So it kind of makes me wonder, just like,
what is
how
it?
much?
Like what?
And how much of the like
replacement?
actual canned tuna that's on the shelf like would have the same result, maybe. I don't know.
Ew.
Like maybe, yeah.
Yeah,
so
I do feel like we need to make it fair.
Maybe
like,
everybody's
let's
tuna needs to be tested. Yeah.
Right.
Because
Like, why are we
all
calling them out?
around the board, everything is looking fishy. So I don't know. Exactly. I tried. Okay. We're going to talk about some emojis right now. Actually, wait. I do have a comment I wanted to read. I'm going to say. Because, oh, wow, because I kind of, before we move away from food, Susan says that her husband is the 6-time undefeated champion of the shrimp eating contest at Victory Field on the 4th of July. So that is awesome. I wondered, Susan, did he have any cocktail sauce to go with it, or is it just shrimp?
I don't know, but I do want to know that.
Yeah, that is pretty cool. I don't think that's one thing I've never wanted to try and be in, was an eating contest. Maybe like a pie. I could do donuts.
Okay.
I probably couldn't do very many, but I could do Krispy Kreme donuts. I think that I inhale those if the hot sign is on. Okay, so we're going to talk about emojis now.
Okay.
So a lot of people, if you're on Facebook, stop and look at your phone right now.
I got mine
and it's for the reason, because I want you to look at your most used emoji. So check it out. I'm going to see what mine is. And that's because there's a good chance it is one of these. Right there, got the smiley face emoji. Actually, that's the laughing emoji, the laughing, crying face. That's your most used one too?
Yeah, it's like this one and
Mine
then the other laughing
one. Mine is the crying one. But actually, more than 7,000 people in the world that were surveyed had that first one. It came in at number 1, and then the thumbs up was the second one. The red heart rounded out number 3. I see this got the tear and then the kissy face there. Mine is definitely it's not the laughing emoji. It's like just the plain tears. You know what I'm talking about? Like the.
Oh yeah, like
but I also use that one for laughing too. So anybody in the comments, if you'd like to share with us this morning, this is hard-hitting news. You want to know,
just
guys.
put your favorite emoji in the comment section. I'm going to put mine in there.
You can put your favorite and then the most used one. My favorite one is actually this one that I'm about to drop in there now. Is it going to let me? Yeah, I don't know why that's my favorite one. But it's like, someone told me it was nauseous, but I'm like, I use it for everything but nauseous. It's just like if I disagree with anything, or if it's like, something makes me
I feel like that looks like it's like a cringe face.
Yeah,
like if someone says something, you're just
that's
like,
exactly how it is. And I'm like, I don't know how I feel about that one. That's definitely, I think I'll take a cringe face. That's it.
Not surprising. Some of mine are a thunderstorm cloud emoji,
that's fitting.
a coffee emoji, and then I have the basil emoji because I have this
plant.
Yeah, I have a basil plant, and I'm always posting on Instagram
about your basil plant.
Shameless plug at Lindsay WTHR on Instagram. I'm sharing a lot of stuff that I do grow in my garden.
Right.
And that's just
what are you growing right now? Your shameless plug. I want to know what you have right now.
I have a strawberry plant, which is why there's a strawberry there too.
I remember you saying you were starting strawberries. Yeah, how's that going though?
Great.
Oh, good.
Yeah, I actually needed to do another update after all this rain we're getting. And I have green peppers, like little bell peppers that are starting to grow, green onions, parsley, I think I mentioned, and then the basil. So.
Well, you need to bring me a salad then. You got all the goods.
I made some homemade pesto, and then I made that into a pasta salad a couple days ago.
Oh, then I got no taste.
Pretty good.
It's fine.
Good.
It's fine. Next time I'll get one. For sure.
Millie's saying hers is obviously that laughing one too. I just think that one's so easy.
It is, yeah.
It's like saying LOL except emoji version.
Exactly. I can't go back to look at one.
You check out those. I'm going to start talking about this crazy discovery that happened in Michigan. A homeowner made this bizarre discovery beneath his home while digging. He found vintage bowling balls buried underneath a cinder block porch. Now, some date all the way back to the 1950s, and it's not just a few bowling balls. We're talking a lot, more than 150. He even started a Facebook page for the updates so he can let people know how many he finds. Look like blueberries.
Literally, yeah. This is like a graveyard for bowling balls. I have so many, and I think I don't want to misquote, but I'm pretty sure why. It's like I was like, why was he digging? And like he found that, but I think that they were saying that his house like had. It was either uneven or like he was trying to get to the root of like why his house was, I don't know, something wasn't right. The reason why he decided like to go dig and kind of see what was going on structurally. And I know that like when he found the first one, I wonder like at what point was he like, there's hundreds down, like was he like, you know, you see 3 and you're like, oh, like someone, you know, they had a few bowling balls down here, but you get up to 150 and I just like, why? Was this like somebody that was collecting them, or did someone think structurally they like just we're going to make the foundation of this house bowling balls? And just maybe they were like, this is a better, a cheaper building. I don't know. I have no idea. Like can't think of why that would have even been a thing.
Anyway, I got to get the dad jokes in. So if you know.
Oh yes, I'm sorry. Yes, please do. I enjoy this one.
Read this. Yeah. If you're a bowling fan and have some time to spare, you should go over to his Facebook page. It should be right up your alley.
A strike in my book. I'll take it.
Strike.
Gotcha. We got a couple people. I think you already read this. Millie that was telling us about her most used and her favorite. Millie, what do you use? Like you said, your favorite is the like it has no face, but
it's
Millie,
like it's got eyes with no mouth.
Yeah. What do you use that? In what context do you use that? If you're still with us, Millie, what do you use that one for?
I have no idea.
I gotta know.
Those are all good ones. I love the emojis, and I feel like that's just the new way. Oh, and Julia brought something up that I had to Google. She said that her daughter texts her the yellow heart a lot. Yeah. And I'm like, what are these hidden meanings behind some of these emojis? But and like, why are there hearts in every color?
She was like, she feels like younger kids use, or like teens, young adults like use the yellow heart. And she was like, her mom said her daughter always sends her that. And you looked it up, right?
Yeah. And essentially, the yellow heart is for someone that, like a friend or a family member that you want to say that you love them, but it's not like a romantic thing.
You know what I'm saying? Like it's platonic.
Red is reserved
I think
for
that she said that she thinks that her daughter is just using it because in her most recent, so she doesn't have to go and search that. And that's pretty much how I end up using most of my emojis, whichever one is like on the first page there. So I hope that you have a weekend full of laughing emojis.
Yes.
That the rain, all your rain cloud emojis that you have in your favorites, that they'll hold off at least for everybody's weekend plans. If not, I hope you find something fun to do indoors. Yep. And I think that's all for us here on Extra Shot, guys. Have a happy Friday.